Hi there, this is Self-Critical Automaton, and this is episode 4, I think, of my, don't say Dark Souls, don't say Dark Souls, Resident Evil 4, episode 4 of my Resident Evil 4 Let's Play. Flashbangs aren't super useful, and they're only worth like 600 pesetas, I think, and fire grenades are more useful, and maybe worth more. So, yes, discard. Yeah, this fancy house. I was saying last time, because I'm basically picking up immediately afterwards, which, it's worth noting, means I am still super sick. Ooh, foreshadowing. So yeah, I will probably still be... Oh, it's not that nice in this house. Look, see? The wallpaper's all peeling. Even here there are signs of decay, even if there are in... even if this is much fancier, and that perhaps implies that the horrid living conditions of the people in the village are not, in fact, due to the mental corruption of the... I should probably just eat one of the other fish. Yeah, so also... I love this. This is the fancier kitchen, and he does note... Looks like the people in this house eat like normal humans. Which is presumably a reference to all the horrible, rotting food and stuff that you can examine in the houses in the village, where he comments on how, like, nasty and disgusting it is. However, over here, this is my favourite thing in the world. The brown chicken egg in the oven. Just a single, solitary, lonely chicken egg in an entire empty kitchen with no food in it. Just sitting forlornly in the oven. It kind of tells a tale of tragic desperation, or it would were this a novel and not a game full of guns and men with chainsaws, apparently. So it's a good thing I picked up all these grenades, I guess. Yeah, get wrecked, fucker. So yeah. This guy... I usually think of him as a mini-boss, but to be honest, he's just an extra tough enemy that shows up from time to time. Oh, that's interesting. He has the same model as the Bracers man. Never noticed that before. I do find myself wondering if perhaps the different instances of him are all the same guy. Ah, yeah, see a ruby. If I'd managed to kill the one that shows up in the village, right back at the beginning of the game, I would have got, I think, a ruby from him as well. So, yeah, that's, once again, I'm going to mildly paranoidly check check and see if I... Yep, I did get all the treasures. A white star on the map is a treasure. They're crossed out because I've gathered them. So, yeah, I'm going to head on, I guess. And yeah, I apologise if I sniffle. Super bad allergies and being sick at the same time means that. So I've shot some more baby crows. You know, I feel less weird about, like, shooting a crow's egg, even a fertilized and developing crow's egg, than I would about, like, shooting, I don't know, like a pregnant cow or something. Who said that? I think Cohello means outsider. I never did get around to looking up... There are lists online that you can find of, like, the Spanish phrases used in this game so that you can know what they're shouting at you, but despite having made a mental note, and indeed a physical note, every single episode I've recorded so far, I have not subsequently... Can they see me? I mean, the AI obviously can't see me, but I feel like as people they should be able to see me. Perhaps one of the side effects of the horrible... Actually... That would be a bit of a waste. I'm just going to use one of these. The horrible thing that's happened to them is that they no longer no longer can see very far, you know? They've all got red eyes. Perhaps that's albinism? I mean, they're not pale, but... Return of the old spin kick. So yeah, maybe, you know, the red sclera is an indication of... In fact, actually, he has a red sclera and a... also worth noting, it's not reflected on his character model in general, it's only in special cutscenes. I think that's supposed to be narrative, I think that's supposed to be part of what's literally happening. It's only when he is about to die that he's under a lot of stress, I guess. Although really every moment of his life at the moment he should be under a shitload of stress, because he's killed genuinely about 200 people at this point. And I feel like I completely depopulated this fucking village, so where did they all come from? If they were zombies, you know, fair enough, zombies get back up again eventually. Ouch. I do find that, like, when they sort of hiss like that, there is something genuinely unsettling about the fury on their faces. It looks like it's time for me to get my daily allotment of... Oh god, I don't watch television anymore, so I don't see those ads about, like, beta carotene or whatever it was. Certainly that's what it was in in 2004. Which I suppose is fitting, considering when this game is from, but, I don't know what health supplements you get on Cartoon Network these days. Just as an aside, it always really bothered me as a kid that I'd be watching Cartoon Network and all of the ads would be for, car insurance and, you know, personal injury, small claims lawyers and all of that sort of stuff. It was only when someone pointed out to me much later on that those are clearly aimed at the parents of the kids watching the TV. Which makes sense, because really, like, kids themselves have zero buying power. I mean, the ads on those channels were split almost equally between those and ads for toys, which, you know, makes sense. Cartoon channel sells toys, fair enough, but... Ha, you missed. Oh shit, I missed! Okay, he didn't miss that time. So, there's a recurring theme showing up here of, hubris. Hubris on my part. Let me just stab this guy in the ass a little bit. I know it sounds like I was going to say something else, then I thought, oh, a joke. But no, genuinely. The recurring theme of this Let's Play is my hubris as a player. So, I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Well, I just stood there and took that, didn't I? See if I can spin kick this guy off the roof. Did he drop? No. I'm gonna let him stand up and shoot him in the knee again, then I can spin kick him off the roof. Okay. Just determined to spoil all of my fun, these villagers, really. And the callous way that I have begun referring to murdering these people as fun is probably indicative of Leon's state of mind at this point. That's not true, that's bollocks. So yeah, the key is for this. I don't think I actually bothered to try this when I was in the village before, the first time through, but, oh yeah, just as an aside, I think it's cool that, much like Dark Souls, actually, a lot of the paths and routes in this game loop around and come back to places where you were before. Only now you have the, astonishingly actual key rather than, like, an ancient brass pocket watch. Actually, I do have one of those as well, that plugs into the door. Or 3 mysterious sigils that open the door. So yeah, but yeah. You come to the village, there's 3 exits. One of them was blocked by a bar, which was how I got back into the village, you may recall, last episode. Or, No, that was this episode. I'm an idiot. An interesting thing to note is how the music changes here. This music is used throughout the game to indicate a safe room. Also I accidentally overwrote my safety save at the end of the previous episode. I was intending to keep the saves made at the end of each episode. So I make a new save for each episode, basically, just in case I lose stuff and have to go back and redo sections, that sort of thing. But, like an idiot, I overwrote it. So yeah, it indicates an area where you're safe, where you won't be attacked. But, honestly, I think it's really cool that that piece of music itself it feels calm, but it also has a sort of a melancholic tension to it. It's like the calmness that comes of having accepted your horrible fate, rather than the calmness of not having a horrible fate. Also, fun little thing here is that if you do that, then you can I don't remember if this mechanic is repeated. I say mechanic, really it's more like secrets, you know? The mechanic of shooting things out of the ceiling is repeated many times over the course of the game, but I don't think there's any other times where you can only see them when it's dark. And that reminds me, actually, I have the treasure map, which means that I can now see on the map where the blue medallions are. And the zone I'm heading towards now has the rest of them, so I should go back to the farm and collect the ones I missed before. That seems like a good idea to me. So I'm going to cut here, and here we are back at the farm. So yeah, in fact, I'm not sure I even talked about I mentioned blue medallions, but I didn't pick this up. So, yeah. The gun shop man is the one who placed these blue medallions here and rewards you for smashing them. As I said ages ago, this is another example of the sort of inexplicable gaminess of the setting. This man's goal is presumably to get as much goddamn money out of this place as he can, and that is the most common fan theory of who he is and why he's here, is that he's, you know, a mercenary and arms dealer who has seen that this horrible cult has brought the end times to this part of the world, and is therefore trying to take advantage of the disruption to ordinary life to, you know, steal and obtain everything of value that he can get his hands on. Which presumably is why he's paying, you know, like 5,000 pesetas for a gemstone. Because 5,000 pesetas is like, God, I don't know, it's been years, but it's like, it would have been at the time like $10 or something. It's not very much. Ooh, a golden chicken eggs, I think. God, I should know this stuff. They either heal you fully, or they expand your health bar. And I think they are just completely random drops from the chickens. So, I'm just going to check my map. Alright, there's 2 left, and then I can move back on to where I was. So, I'm going to use the rifle for this one, because it can be a pain otherwise. But that's that one, and then that leaves one more, which I think is... Well, I saw it on the map. It's hanging on this shed, sort of? Oh no, that must have been that one. So where's the other one? Over by the door. Okay. I don't think I bothered to show this before, but if you try and go out that exit, he just says, oh, it's barred from the other side. And it's worth noting, I suppose, that what he says is, it's barred from the other side. If I had someone's help, we could climb over, or they could climb over and open it for me. He does not think, I have a grenade in my inventory, or, I suppose, pocket. Oh, does he even have pockets on that outfit? It's quite a nice outfit, actually. Like a neoprene combat shirt. Very, very flattering, very form-fitting. Anyway, so through the magic of the popular speedrunner technique called editing, here we go. There we go. See how fast that was? It saves you like 30 seconds of gameplay. It's really good if you're going for a personal best.
Got something that might interest you.
Actually, I should not imply that speedrunners,
Got a selection of...
Oh, shut up. Nobody likes you. Yeah, you only need to shoot 10 or more to get a bonus gun, but I think you get something else if you shoot all 15. Anyway, I should not imply that speedrunners edit their videos to make it seem like they're going faster than they are. That's completely unfair and unfounded, and I am very impressed by speedrunning as a skill, and I really enjoy watching speedruns. So, you know. Oh, they're only worth $7.50. Huh, okay.
Thank you.
I'm going to sell the large one as well, because that takes up 6 inventory slots. It's ridiculous. Right. Spinel gems are unslottable. The ruby is not slottable. The pocket watch has nothing you can slot into it. Likewise, the elegant headdress. The red cat's eye, the beer stein, and the elegant mask I'm going to keep, because the beer stein takes triangle gems later on, and the elegant mask takes cat's eyes. So there actually is a cat's eye I can slot into it. But yeah.
What are you buying?
So what's he got? I haven't bought the TMP yet, but it might be worth doing that. It's a gun I will be keeping for the entire game, much like the shotgun. However, unlike the shotgun, there is not an improved version of it. It's the only submachine gun that you get. So I'm going to buy that and get the stock as well for recoil reduction. As an interesting aside, I make a lot of those apparently. All of the guns in the game are based off of real guns, so much so that you can explicitly identify what they are if you are the kind of nerd who knows about guns, which I sometimes pretend to be, but really I'm not that good at it. So, yeah, my voice is getting a bit croaky because, as I said, I'm not well.
What are you buying?
Also, I have plenty of money to spare, so I'm going to get some shotgun upgrades.
Is that... Thank you. Is that... Thank you.
You tired of him yet? I definitely am.
Thank you.
Yeah, so... Okay, right, that's me done with him for now. Also, look, his eyes are blue. So therefore he is not one of the ganados. When they are running around trying to kill you, their eyes are red, I'm pretty sure. Oh, also, there's a box hidden here somewhere, I think. Did I miss that, or am I thinking of a different cave? There's a bunch of caves in this game. Oh yeah, as I was saying before, it's not good to imply that speedrunners cheat, because they do wonderful work, and I think they're really cool. But yeah, all of the guns in this game are recognizably specific real guns. However, they all have made up names. What that means is curious to me from a intellectual property perspective, because a lot of games like military shooters and so on will actually specifically license the names and images of real guns that exist. And that they don't have the names, but they do have the images, makes me wonder if they were perhaps trying to get around intellectual property requirements. So, you know, they still have recognizable firearms, but they don't have to pay the gun companies to use the... Oh dear, oh dear. To use the name. But, yeah. I'm pretty sure that legally the appearance of a gun is not, like, freely available. It's not... What's the word? It's not public domain any more than the specific names of a specific gun is. So, did they have a deal where they got to use the appearances but not the other things? Did they just not get that and then nobody, you know, cared to sue or anything? It's a total mystery to me. I don't know what the answer is. I'm not going to embarrass myself by saying what these guns are, because I know I'll get it wrong. I think that's a Lee Enfield, but I can't remember. Maybe I'll look up a list or something. It does. I do find it interesting, and personally I find guns interesting as machines, I find them interesting as elaborate collections of components that do a specific effect. I think that guns are an evil in the world, naturally. But in fiction, I think they're cool. And I find them interesting as mechanical objects in their own right. So, yeah. Would I own one? No. Do I think they're cool to learn about? Yeah. I hope that's not some kind of terrible opinion. Let's see what this does. Full heal. Okay. Well, I learned. So, I think there's a few more crows around here, maybe. But for now, I'm just going to get the last of these medallions and then go grab the special gun. Do you know what? I think what it is that if you get all the medallions, then you get a... then it comes upgraded to level 1 instead of you having to pay to upgrade it. Interesting. Did I hit that or did it explode in its own right? Am I completely wrong about the dynamite mechanic? Incidentally, the Dynamite Mechanic is a really, really fantastic film from 1962. Starring young Gene Hackman. No, I'm kidding. God, I don't even know if Gene Hackman was alive in 1962. He must have been, because he was in films in the 70s as like a middle-aged man. Whoa! Okay. I really like that, oh wow. Oh, no, I've got plenty. I really like that if one of them dies from dynamite being right next to them, it just obliterates them. There's nothing left but a bit of slime on the floor. This is a really frustrating puzzle. 3 family insignias of the dead ringers. A whole bunch of there's a whole bunch of graves in the graveyard here. 3 of them are the graves of twins. The ones of twins have doubled insignias. Therefore, the graves that have those insignias are the ones you need to solve this puzzle, I think. But I have got a clever trick that I'm going to do called looking up the solution beforehand. And it's 333 4 4 4 3. Fantastic. So, yeah, the green cat's eye, that'll slot in nicely to the thingamajig. Or not, apparently. Oh, okay, it goes in there. So, what goes in that one then? Oh, that's right, there's specific gems rather than generic sounding ones. In fact, I think it might just say green gem, red gem, or whatever. Right, 3 more medallions to grab. Oh, a tedious conversation as well.
Leon, have you reached the church yet?
Well, yeah, sort of.
Leon, did I mention not to take the scenic route? At any rate, Ashley's probably inside that structure. Rescue her, hurry!
That's actually a conversation that only happens if you try to bypass the church without trying to open it. There's a round hole. Maybe something fits here. Presumably another silly insignia.
Hunnigan, it's Leon. The door's locked. I can't get in.
Didn't they teach you how to pick locks at the academy?
Yeah. There's some sort of indentation, like something might fit inside.
Well,
Key?
there's no use standing around. Leon, you have to find some way or something to get inside.
If only I could find some kind of material that would explode when lit, perhaps with a short fuse? If only there was some of that somewhere that I could use. You know, if there was some of that, then I could use that to put it in front of the door and then make it explode. But where on earth would I find several short rods of a highly explosive substance? In this, a small farming community. Oh well, I guess I'll have to go about 4 miles out of my way. Oh, I do really like that they, They actually did include a splash sound effect for when you knock people off this. Quite nice outfits these people are wearing as well. And it does look like autumn, so it's fitting that it's such fall fashion. Did you get it? Because I made them fall off the thing? No, I'm sorry. So, yeah, we're about to find another fun mechanic. Which is not this one. I should probably read those out, actually, because I read relatively fast. I don't know how fast other people read on average. I don't know if I'm giving enough time before skipping along. Yeah, so this is where we learn to always double tap boxes. At this point in the game, any item box that you smash open may have a snake in it. I think they are all predetermined which ones have snakes and which ones don't, but I can never remember, so just to be safe I usually try to make sure to always double smash a box. Did he hear me? He must have done. Yeah, there he is. He did not make himself a difficult target, I'll give him that. And once again, I'm running over time. Maybe I should just declare that these videos are 25 minutes long instead of 20 minutes, but, yeah. God damn it, where's a save point when you need one? Oh, hello. I do know where there is a save point, actually. But first... Oh, no! Oh dear, I've used up all my grenades. Oh, that's frustrating. I try and make a habit of saving one grenade for here, because of all these millions of crows. God, that was kind of brutal. Don't tell Peter. P-E-T-A, not Peter. Not some guy called Peter. So, normally what I do is I save a spare flashbang. But once again, I forgot to not sell it to the man who buys stuff. So, goodbye to that, I guess. There actually is a save point just around the corner, so I'm going to grab these things out of these houses. Or, they're not houses, they're tiny, they're huts. And also, I don't think people live in them, so not houses. Presumably they're mining gems. I guess it's not so much an agricultural community as a mining industrial community that also has a farm. Anyway, a flashbang does a tiny amount of actual damage, so if you throw it into that flock of crows, you get all the crows at once. Wonder what that could be. We will find out later on, but for now, I'm just going to zoom down here. So what we find down here is a dock on the lake. A cave, an underground cave dock that accesses the lake system. Why, like, is this guy operating with the knowledge and consent of the Ganados? Because, like, they must know he's here. He's not exactly hidden. Yep, I'm just gonna save. Like, he's right there. Like, he's just... This is something he's built over time. This is not like... For the rest of the game, you know, well, most of the rest of the game you find him by himself and he's selling you stuff out of his pervert coat. I don't know what they're called, the big coats that they open up and they have lots of guns inside, apparently. But yeah, anyway, that's enough mysteries for today. I'll catch you later. Bye!